Hey you! Want to see a group of unlikable strangers spend 2 hours dying on screen, but not quite fast enough to put us all out of our misery? Want to watch a flick about a killer beach that's somehow worse than 2015's The Sand? Or do you just want to enjoy an M. Night Shyamalan film, with a twist so good you'll wish the whole movie was about that, rather than just a handful of randos talking about divorce and calcium deficiencies whilst holed up on a small shore? Well, have I got just the movie for you, fella? Behold! Old. A movie so thrilling, even time itself switches to 1.5 speed so you can get the film over with as quickly as possible. Cause turns out the group of unlikable strangers have all found themselves in a small cove where time moves faster the longer you're in it, and full of more washed up corpses than a Rolling Stones reunion concert. The movie stars Vicky Krieps and Gael Garcia Bernal. Gael Garcia Bernal? The movie stars Vicky Krieps and Gael Garcia Bernal in the lead roles as a couple on the brink of divorce, until they take their family on one last holiday together, and soon find that marital issues and also having zero acting skills are the least of their freaking problems. No, seriously, look at this shit.
If I cry, please don't let them see.
I won't. We're on a beach with 2 unrelated dead bodies. That is just statistically impossible.
The kids are reacting to something they ate. Or they caught something. We're on a remote, undeveloped island. But we have a doctor here. So, let's get the doctor look at the kids.
Sounds like the crew just found a bunch of foreigners from a local job centre and paid them in half-melted chalk ices to spout painfully overt exposition what's barely disguised as actual dialogue.
I don't have friends. I'm your friend. You can come over to my house and make up stories. Then we can go to the same college together and become neighbors with mortgages. Cool.
I mean, who the freak talks like this? What bloody 6-year-old knows what a fucking mortgage is? I'm 32, and even I had to go to an advisor to find out what the frick they're all about. Now, it's tricky to describe the plot without giving too much away. But suffice it to say that all is not quite as it seems. And I don't just mean how there's an English fella in direct sunlight without so much as a sunburn, despite not wearing factor 50 sun cream. Cause the effects of the increased time dilation soon wreaks havoc on their bodies, and which promptly causes the characters to age the span of years within mere hours. And to illustrate this, the writers make a pair of 6-year-olds copulate in a small tent, and come out as instantly pregnant teenagers because reasons. Before the baby then tragically dies within seconds from a simple lack of attention. Kinda like a standard Monday morning at your local NHS hospital. And also like this movie at the box office. Featuring an all-star cast, including hereditary superstar Alex Wolfhofer and newcomer Kaylin Jude as a little kid called Shitlib. I mean, it's Lib. And chock full of star-studded cameos, including the obligatory self-insert from the fame-chasing narcissist not-so-shy Amalama Ding Dong, and also female Ricky Berwick for some reason. Old is modern sci-fi like you've never seen it before. Yep, the movie is a mystifying trip through highly original genre themes and morality lessons, like the dangers of growing up too quickly and wishing away your youth, and how the uptight English are ticking time bombs and shit. Shot during the height of the corona apocalypse, which unfortunately didn't come with a slice of lime, the movie sure made a splash at the box office. Well, more like a small ripple I guess, given it resulted in M. Night's lowest opening weekend ever, got panned by critics and couldn't even match the launch of First Flop Lady in the Water.
Oh shit, not good.
Which is sad, because the movie at least attempts to ask deep philosophical questions about human nature. Like, what should we do with the time we have? And maybe we shouldn't let small Asian blokes try to swim for help when we know people lose consciousness whenever they get too far from the shore. Cause being on the high school swim team sure ain't gonna help you now, fella.
Guy, I was on the swim team. I'll make it. You must have gone unconscious swimming.
It's also a shame that the movie flopped worse than My Elderly Granddad on Date Night. Because where else are you going to see a man die of lifelong rust poisoning in the span of 12 seconds? Or get to enjoy characters with gloriously stupid names, like the famous rapper at the start of this flick who was called, and I quote, Mid-Size Sedan, which kinda makes me feel better about my old rapper name, Young Crumpy.
Nice.
Ultimately, Old is a movie that's become a rather guilty pleasure for me over the, checks notes, past 3 years. And whilst it's no vacation themed thriller classic like A Perfect Getaway, The Beach or even Survival Island,
Oh, good lord!
it sure is an original concept, despite being based on a graphic novel and also reminding me of an old Stargate Atlantis ep. You know, that one where Shepard gets trapped inside a time dilation field and spends months inside a small village of cowardly hippie freaks and also being terrorised by a poorly rendered invisible CG beastie.
Oh my!
So what's the verdict? Can I recommend this movie? Well, depends on how well you can tolerate piss poor European actors hollering like a fishwife every 5 seconds.
I stare at the remains of nameless people in glass cases, and I kept thinking I'm going to be one of those people. Does that make any sense? You're always thinking about the future. It makes me feel not seen.
And children randomly going around asking irrelevant strangers who have no bearing on the plot or story at all what their names and occupations are.
What's your name and what do you do for a living?
Hi guys, I'm Renata. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Trent. This is Idlit. What are your names and what do you do for a living?
I'm Greg Mitchell. I'm a cop.
Cool. Okay, bye. Bye.
What?
Oh, and hey, if you do end up somehow liking this film, then rejoice, bro. Because there's not one but 2 Night Shyamalan films coming out this year, as the Shy Meister's new film called Trap is due for release in August. Though if you don't happen to fancy watching a movie about other people watching a music concert, then don't fret, pet, because this summer also just saw the directorial debut of his shameless Nepo baby. I mean, his daughter is Shana Night Shyamalan, with 2024 horror flick The Watchers having just premiered in June, which looks proper wicked, yo. And I for one just can't wait for more conceptually interesting yet woefully executed and inevitably disappointing flicks from the Shyamalan clan. But anyway, I suggest making your own mind up about this one. So I guess you just need to ask yourself a few questions. Have you always wondered what a horror movie would look like if it was written late at night whilst in the bathtub and by an overrated hack whose only inspiration for new material was watching his fingers get wrinkly over time? Have you always wanted to watch M. Night go full meta with his obligatory cameo, and this time by playing an incompetent project coordinator, which ultimately goes tits up when he fails to do his one job, and which ends with total failure and everyone hating his guts? And would you dare to see a movie somehow more boring than the one where its own characters would literally rather blow their own brains out than star in a Shyamalan film? Well, if so, then Old, my friend, is the movie for you.